The Comeback Trail is a comedy movie that was released in 2021 and stars Robert De Niro, Morgan Freeman, and Tommy Lee Jones. The movie is basically a remake of a 1982 film of the same name and follows a greedy asshole film producer played by Robert De Niro, who's in debt to a gangster played by Morgan Freeman. De Niro used funds from Freeman to fund his last movie, which ended up flopping, so now the mobster wants his money back. In order to pay off his debt and make a few extra bucks himself, De Niro gets a clever idea to produce a dangerous new film, pulling out a suicidal has-been Hollywood legend played by Tommy Lee Jones to play the lead. His plan is to kill the lead actor in a dangerous stunt gone wrong and then collect the insurance money. But the problem is that no matter how hard he tries to kill him, Tommy Lee Jones somehow keeps surviving, and De Niro is forced to continuously up the stakes, up the dangerous stunts, with farcical consequences. A fun, clean, simple comedy. I've seen The Comeback Trail described as a cross between Get Shorty and The Producers, which is a good description for it. I like the film. I find it to be goofy, harmless fun. It aims low, and it pretty much hits all the beats it was aiming for. You're pretty much watching it because of who's in it. And the cast do look like they're having fun, especially De Niro, who evidently is having a blast. Ignoring the fact that he kind of looks like a hobo, De Niro channels Rupert Pupkin with his performance here. Very bombastic and absurd, but with an undercurrent of mean spirit and a collection of scenes that don't let you forget how selfish this character is. He was pretty funny here, De Niro was, a little bit over the top at times, but most of the laughs from the film come from his performance, his energy, his lines, his comedic timing, which is really underrated. The guy has done well in comedies over the years, in films like Midnight Run and Meet the Parents. It looks like maybe The Comeback Trail was an opportunity for De Niro to take on something light and easygoing after the intense shoot of The Irishman. But unlike films like The War with Grandpa, where he looks a little bit bored, he's definitely into it here, and the film is worth watching for De Niro fans. I know a lot of people complain that De Niro and Pacino keep doing these shitty films that no one watches, that they're above such material, but I'm past all that, to be honest. I've seen more than enough of the hundreds of crappy De Niro flicks he's done since the turn of the century, and honestly, this is one of the better ones. Tommy Lee Jones was nice to watch in the film. I half expected him to just amble around walking looking bored, but he was pretty funny too, and his character gave the film a bit of heart, a bit of emotional weight as we learn more about this old man who no longer knows his place in the world. Morgan Freeman I was a little bit less sold on. He was okay, sure, but I've never really bought him as a villain. Maybe he could have played Jack Braff's character, De Niro's assistant, and they could have gone for another veteran actor to play the gangster. Ben Kingsley, maybe. Overall, if you're not a film snob, you've got a bit of time on your hands and you're a fan of the actors, I don't think you'll mind this film at all. It's an inoffensive, entertaining and funny little flick. I give it a 6 out of 10.